Time to call your lawyer.
At time once again, we have our weekly conversation with Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, and we perhaps are going to get your question answered today. Now, if you'd like to submit a question for future consideration, I'll tell you how to go about that, too. But first, today's question, it's certainly on the tragic side. I like it when they're a little more lighthearted, but the fact of the matter is, tragedies do happen. And in times like that, you need a professional on your side. Now, what you're about to hear is just general legal conversation. It should not be taken as specific advice in your specific circumstances. You need to sit down face-to-face with a professional in order to have some confidence that your exact situation is being understood and that you're getting the right advice. Many attorneys offer free consultation. Bruce L. Scheiner and Associates certainly do. You might want to take advantage of that. And what we can tell you is, in the meantime, until you talk to a professional, do not let anyone record statements. Do not make any statements. And oh, by golly, do not sign any papers and accidentally give away your rights. Let's make welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured at Kicks Country 92.9. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. How you doing this morning?
Just fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm here and anxiously awaiting your question.
Oh, good. Okay, because we have one this morning that is a bit of a stunner, to be honest with you. And I've been cautioning off and on throughout the morning, and I want to caution our audience that some of the details of this are rather disturbing. But there again, there's somebody that needs a little help, so why not ask the person I trust the most on these subjects, Bruce L. Scheiner. Are you ready?
I am ready, Todd.
All right. The question reads as follows. A tractor trailer was going to make a delivery just before dawn last week. When the driver went to back up into the loading dock, he was also blocking the northbound lane of the road. My brother was driving northbound on the highway and didn't see the truck in time to stop. And as a result, he was decapitated. He had a wife and two... I know. Gruesome and so sad. He had a wife and two children. And his wife has been told that she doesn't have a claim against the truck owner because he should have avoided striking the truck. Is that true? Is there anything that she can do? All right. I leave this one entirely up to you.
Well, I think the first question and answer is that true? The answer is absolutely not. Mm-hmm. You know, when it's dark out and you can't just block a lane of traffic without having appropriate warning signs, lighting, signals, something so that they could see that the truck was there. Mm-hmm. Now, without knowing exactly the facts and circumstances, the deceased driver that struck the truck may have some comparative negligence for not seeing the truck and stopping, but I think the truck is definitely negligent and has responsibility for blocking a lane of traffic at night unless there was sufficient warnings, lights, and you know, whatever it could to do so that driver would be able to see the truck.
As a layperson, and I wouldn't want to be on the jury in this case if it ever went to that. As a layperson, my concern here at this point is how to try to make a life for this wife and two children that don't have their father in their life anymore. So my heart and emotions jump into this, but that really isn't what the law is all about. So my question to you, I guess, really is this. Even if it turns out there was comparative negligence for the deceased, it sounds like what you're saying is there's still an avenue to get some compensation that would be of help to the family.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. What I didn't say, and I'd like to explain it a little greater detail, is that in Florida we have a Wrongful Death Act. And the Wrongful Death Act provides means for the surviving spouse and children under 25, if there are, to gain restitution because of someone else's negligence in causing someone's death.
Okay.
Now, just because there's comparative negligence, when you take someone's life away, that very large, or it takes a lot of money to give restitution.
Sure.
So even if you took percentage away because of comparative negligence, there still could or should be a substantial amount of money going to the family.
Okay. That of course, like I say, all of our hearts go out and are concerned about this, and so I'm glad to see the law takes that very much into consideration. There's no question There's no question in my mind that this is not a handle it by yourself case. You need an attorney on your side for this.
Absolutely. It's a very complicated case. You have to hire special experts, but, it's a case where these poor people really deserve restitution.
Absolutely. And what a horrific way to start off the new year. So we hope things are going to get better at this point, slowly, however slowly that might be. And Bruce, once again, thank you for weighing in on these questions week by week. Some of them, they certainly tug at your heartstrings. Some are a little bit more lighthearted, but regardless, we know we can count on you, and that's much appreciated.
Well, it's my pleasure, Todd, and thanks again.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. And let me also tell you how to get your question answered. If you've got one that's always been on your mind with regard to the law, or perhaps you have a specific situation, hopefully not nearly as tragic, but you'd like to get an answer, then simply go to our homepage at kickscountry929.com and look for Bruce L. Scheiner, BLS, or put Bruce in the keyword search box. You'll end up at the exact same place. And remember that in the meantime, if you need a more immediate consultation, here's the number to call, 941-743-7777. That's the Port Charlotte office of Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. 941-743-7777. Don't let anyone take away your rights. Find out how to protect yourself and your interest by calling today at 743-7777. Tell them that Todd sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.